Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I am Kelly Stewart at Kelly in Vegas on Twitter, joined by Dave Koken at Dave Koken on Twitter, and Tony Finn at WagerTalk on Twitter. Make sure you guys are giving them a nice follow. All right, let's talk about, I think, probably going to be one of the more exciting games on Saturday. Tennessee at Kentucky. Obviously, we're filming on Wednesday. Look at line is Kentucky -2 or Ken Palm line, however you want to call it. This one's going to be really interesting. Dave, I'm going to start with you. Kentucky loses last night in kind of a crazy fashion. Maybe was or was not goaltending to LSU.
It was, but it doesn't matter.
Right. Either way, awful loss. This Kentucky team has got to be reeling. I know I'm reeling after my big loss last night. So tell me what you think about the Wildcats at home here.
You're not going to talk about exactly what happened? Because you had a great call on LSU.
I did have a great call on LSU.
Look, you may as well talk about it at some point, so now is the time.
I'm just going to talk about it in every video. I'm just going to talk about it in every video. And then I'm going to talk about it in the back with Marco during our Marco therapy sessions.
So here's the setup. I'm not going to get into specific dollars or anything like that. But your last leg of a money line parlay is Louisville against Duke. And they're up by 23 points. And this wasn't
Tony just laughed.
This isn't a parlay with a bunch of favorites. You've got a bunch of money line dogs here. You got Penn State, you got LSU, somebody else.
No, that was it. LSU, Penn State,
and
Louisville.
So this is going to be a real nice payoff. You're up 23. You got this one locked up. You're looking good in this game. Oh.
You guys just see me jump off the top of the studio later. You're just like, oh, there was Kelly. At least she came to work today.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so it was a fun one. And I was happy to see Kentucky lose. Obviously, LSU was my first leg of the parlay, and it went from there. So let's talk about Kentucky.
All right.
Because
this is not a bad loss for Kentucky. It's not a demoralizing loss.
I think LSU is a great team.
LSU is a terrific team, and maybe Kentucky might have been getting a little full of themselves because they've been beating the crap out of teams lately. I mean, they've been looking really good. They were coming off a tough game. Listen, they're on the road against Mississippi State. That's no easy game. They held on to win that one. I'm not going to say they were looking past LSU, but they might have been peeking ahead, maybe, to the marquee matchup on the weekend against Tennessee. So I don't think it's a terrible loss. You look at Kentucky and Tennessee and match them up. I mean, these teams are really similar physically. Solid defense at both ends. They're physically about the same type of team. The thing I really like about this Kentucky team, and I like it a lot, and this is why I think they're a legit Final Four possibility, is their half-court offense is really good. Okay, I mean, this area has improved tremendously for them since the start of the season. Normally, what we see out of Kentucky is all this youthful talent, great defense, but not a lot of offensive flow, and that's been a problem for them the past couple of years. I don't think it is this year. And I don't look at the LSU loss as a bad loss at all. Big game this weekend. I'll take Calipari over Barnes. I don't think it's going to be a runaway by any means. I think it's going to be a thriller, but I like Kentucky.
Yeah, Tony, I agree with Dave. I think this is going to be a really good spot here, and I do think what Rick Barnes has been able to do with his Vols team has been nothing short of magnificent. Tennessee was not on my radar to be a top 10 team, to be really honest with you, to start the season, and here they are really kind of shocking my world. You know I loved about the underdogs. Are you going to make a case for the Vols here?
Yeah, I disagree with both of you guys. Yeah, I do. Listen, Kentucky, I agreed with some of the content. I disagree with the setup in this game. I think this sets up for Tennessee very nicely. Kentucky's still young, although, as Dave said, they're much better than they were than week one against Duke, but that's pretty typical Coach Cal teams. They improve as the season goes along. They're young. Tennessee has a little more savvy, game savvy and game savvy. I think they're a little more physical, although Kentucky does have can be physical. But in truth, Kentucky's 4-2 against ranked opponents this year. They have 4 wins against and 2 losses. Their 4 wins are against a pedestrian 4-guard Kansas team that's overrated. Let's just be honest about it, especially right now. Mississippi State, which is a good club, but a pedestrian SEC team. And I've seen Mississippi State play really well and play very poorly this year. Auburn and what was it? I think it was North Carolina, and North Carolina's suspect on the boards, and they turned the ball over too much. It's the same team. They turned it over 18 times against Kentucky, got out-rebounded by 11. The same North Carolina team that got turned over the ball 22 times against Gonzaga. In this situation, you guys are correct about this. LSU's a good team. This is a 20-win LSU team getting 9 points against a Kentucky team that has blown some teams out, but nobody that I'd give an A+ to. So in this situation, give me Tennessee in the points. I'll disagree.
All right, great stuff from both guys. Tuesday is always $2 Tuesdays. You can get the hottest handicapper at WagerTalk's best bet for just $2.